Generic greetings and welcome back to Prison Architect once again, probably the final episode for this build depending on expansion plans, but as you can see we've managed to get this cell block done. In fact, we've now got all of the 6 cell blocks complete iterated. We've got some flooring put in, and this episode what we want to do is a couple of things. Firstly, we want to, oh hang on, that's a, is that Weight Pants trying to fight again? Yes, and the sniper is aiming right at the back of his head. We'll get on that in a moment. What we want to do this episode is finish off the flooring, get some odd jobs done and a couple of fixes that people have suggested and mentioned, and then go through the prison and just go through the good and bad points and things like that. But for now, we're going to see if Weight Pants is going to get shot in the back of the head. Yep, he is actually being shot back in the head, and he's been killed. And we can also hear more fighting as well. There you go, there's fighting. I did mention about this also prisoner demand, which is they want to have less work. So they are not overly keen on having a very, 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 I wouldn't say aggressive regime, but the regime is 8 hours, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours of work stroke free time. So if you've got work, you go to work. If you've got free time, you just do whatever you want. But they're not overly keen on that, and they want it to reduce to 2 hours. Normally I've given into that, and I've went, yeah, fair enough, no problem. Oh, is that Crystal in a drug rehabilitation? I think it is. Ah, well. Prison Architect development. Never. Anyway, so, yeah, as you can see, we've got some fighting in here. Looks like that guy's about to be, yeah, he's killed. That's James Nash. The reason I didn't do anything about that is because I was looking around furiously for a guard, and I realised that the guy was almost dead, and I wouldn't be able to find them in time. So there's the 2 deaths. So it's Weight Pants, which I'll be honest with you, I'm not really too bothered about him. He's causing trouble. Although I don't, agree that shooting him in the back of the head was a reasonable or appropriate punishment for him. It seems just a tad excessive to me. But yeah, at least we don't have to worry about it. So every cloud and all that. Right. So let's just continue on with the flooring, and obviously we need to keep an eye out for this overall fight. I don't know what's going to happen when it gets to the end. Whether they will, quote, tear this place apart. I don't know if that's actually the case or not. I, like I say, never sort of called their bluff, for a lack of a better term. Like, I've never said, right, okay, let's just see exactly what they do if we let them crack on. But we're going to go around and place some flooring in. So we'll have some fancy tiles in. Actually, no, I think we'll go for the wooden floor in here. We've got nearly 50 grand, so we can easily afford like some nice wooden floor in places like security and in the offices here. There we go. We've still got an office here, which we don't have any... it doesn't really have anything in there. Like, there's nothing to do. And we'll have some white tiles there. It doesn't have a purpose, really, this room, but what we'll do, we'll put some wooden flooring in just in case we need to do something with it. This is... Look, there's loads of stuff being smuggled in through the staff room. Drills. A drill in a sandwich? Okay. I've heard of other things... I've heard of things being found in a sandwich that you wouldn't expect, but not a drill. Anyway. So the armory, we will have a metal floor. In fact, we'll have probably metal in there. And... I think we'll have metal in both of the in both of these. Easy clean. Actually, if it's an internal dog thing, almost certainly want marble. Some sort of white tiles, I think. Yeah, probably the way to go. There we go. And actually, white tiles are the side of it because the dogs are in and out of it. Cool. All right. So, okay, this is the kickoff. So, I think it's booting off now. Yeah, look at this. The whole prison has started fighting. So we got Scott here who's fighting. We got loads of people down here where the dogs have kicked off. They've all ripped their shirts off. We got one person or a couple of people being shot in the head. One person there, and yeah, people are fighting all over the place. If I unpause this, it might go to riot. But you can hear the shots going out. Oh my good grief. That guy's still attacking. Nope, he's not attacking anymore. That was resolved. Wow, okay, 7 deaths. We have got free fire open. Can also hear fighting over here somewhere. We do want to get the dog patrol over. See, they're going to start... They're smashing up their cells. But I don't know which ones. because you can't see inside them, which I think is an oversight. I don't know why this is the case. Oh, there we go. Another death there. They are starting to fight in... Oh, they're starting to fight in here. Yeah, they are actually tearing this place apart. See, this is a riot without the riot trait, and oh my good grief, this is... Okay, this is quite bad. I'm going to start researching legal, because this might be a failure state. This might be a failure state. I'm not going to give in to them, though, because I want to see what happens. Yeah, there's some tasers going off in a room filled full of water. That's overly excessive, but whatever. There's still more fighting, you can hear it. See that? Yeah, it's in there and around here. Because we don't have line of sight, even though we've got patrols going here, which I still think is an oversight. If you put a window here, you might be able to see in, but I'm not going to retrofit the entire facility. Although it might be worth it. If we continue, it might be worth it. Also, the problem is that because these guys, they can fight in here all they want, but as soon as they come out, the snipers will get a line of sight. So I'm not really too worried about that. Let's just put it to max speed here, and we'll let the workmen crack on with placing the flooring and such. We've got another couple of hours until this thing gives up. You can see the danger level is rising. We have 98 prisoners that are suppressed compliant, basically because of the armed guards walking around the place. And it is slowly going up just because of this thing. But we'll put it to normal speed for the last 10 seconds here. So... when this gets to 0, will it boot off, or will that just be the end? I think it's going to be the end. No, it's just resetting. It just keeps resetting. That's the second time that's just reset to 0. Sorry, to 4 hours. Yeah, look at that. They just immediately start kicking off. Right, so there's nothing I can do about it. I have to give in, which I think sucks big style, but... there you go. Yeah, look at that. So that's the only way to finish it, apparently. You can't not give in to that demand. I could have easily done that, I feel. I mean, we managed to... I mean, obviously there's been a couple of losses, as you can see, and some damages around the prison, but if they want to try and kick off, they could do it. You know, I thought it would be a trigger event and be classed as a standard riot. Obviously, that is not the case. It didn't work that way at all. It works differently, and we have to give in. So after 70-odd hours of us waiting and waiting, it got to the end trigger, reset for 4 hours, and then was going to keep on doing that. It would just continue doing that until we give in, which is a shame. It is quite a shame, actually, because I'm not a big fan of it. Oh, good grief, look at the amount of hearses just going off here. Yeah, that's excessive. So anyway, 13 deaths. If it goes over 20, then you do have a big problem. Let me just get a... hang on, we'll go to the... that's still kicking off. Oh, we can't get the person. Have I not researched it yet? Oh, no, it's going to take another 4.5 hours. You notice I haven't got an automatic door opener on this area. That's because there's no way I'm putting an automatic door opener on the armory, because if they get control of this, which obviously they will have to do to get into there, they'll have access to the armory, free access to the armory, so that's not just not happening. Not happening whatsoever. At all. So, we have not done a shakedown, again, for quite some time. We haven't done a full shakedown for a long time, but I don't think we're going to bother, to be quite honest with you. What else do we need to do apart from the flooring? Well, the flooring is getting placed. A couple more janitors might be in order, but let's have a quick look at the needs. We can see the environment need. There is someone high, but most of it is satisfied, actually. So I'm not really too bothered. No, it's okay, it's fine. I'm just going to prioritise this, which is the repair of, because we do need to make sure that these are all sorted. There's also a guy killed there, which we should probably take out. There's just been a ding-a-ling noise. That'll almost certainly be the lawyer. Yes, it is the lawyer. I could hire the lawyer. However, we've got a bit of an issue, and we're actually losing some money. We're actually losing 1,286 per day, but we are going to receive some more prisoners, so you know we'll gain some money back. So that's fine, and then that should hopefully even out this cash flow. 14 normal security prisoners. Just going to pause it for a moment. Check our prisoners. We've got 51 and 43. We did want about a 50-50 mix, so that's about right. It's about right. It'll do. It'll do. What else have we got to do apart from the flooring? We haven't got the gates on the outside, so we should probably go ahead and do that this episode as well. And then this, whether or not it's going to be security room or the expansion. People are I don't know. It's sort of a mixed bag. Some people are saying expand, but there's also many people happy with what we've accomplished here. If we expand, it would be more of the same. It would be more of these cell blocks, and then it would be probably workshop, and finally we'd go for... There's a tunnel there. We'll just cancel that one. That's why I'm doing the shakedown, or if I want to do a shakedown. It would be death row up here as well, but you know what? We've done that before, so I'm not too sure whether we go ahead. But we'll cross a bit if and when we come to it. So 17 grand, that's not too bad at all. We are just finishing off the flooring in here, which we've done. And then in terms of the flooring inside each cell, I normally go with concrete tiles, but I don't know. I might go with the metal tiles just because it could be a mix of medium and high, and I just think they look quite well. They look quite good. They go well with the designation colour, which is like a sort of weird browny purple type colour, at least when you can see inside it. So it looks quite good. So that's the floor put in there, and then up the top here we've got things like the chapel and that. So chapel's going to have, well, most of this is going to have, sadly, it's going to fit. This is going to fit in quite nicely. This, yeah, that's what I thought were going to happen. What's going to look quite nice is the wooden floor, but we can't have a wooden floor because it's really, really expensive. Can we sell a bit more shares? I don't think we can. No, we can't, because we've had some violence. In terms of the oh, good grief, the evaluation of the prison, it's actually valued at minus 320,000 generic units of currency. That's because of the amount of people that have died here. Although we didn't get over 20 people died, so we shouldn't trigger a failure state. Although the failure state, you don't trigger immediately. What happens is you get like a warning if a certain amount of people have died in the facility, which could be 10 actually. Now that I think about it, we'll know in a couple of hours if the warden calls. He'll call up, or the CEO or whatever. The CEO will call up and say, "Hey, you've done a really bad job. Don't let it happen again for the next however many hours. Otherwise, that is your failure state." So we'll see how it goes. Good grief, there's a lot of mail sacks in there. Do we have people working in there? Let's just have a double check here. It'll be in logistics and then prison labour. Yes, we've got max people working in there. We've got people working in the laundry. Let's just max it out. We might as well. And obviously we've got people working in here as well. Well, we say got them work there. They should be working there if they have the training. We've got a foundation education program running here, too interested, but nobody's turning up for it. It's just not happening. We also have, which I should have turned off, guard taser certification, which I will stop because we don't need to run that one. The parole hearing, we can't start anymore. Workshop safety, not bothered. Kitchen safety and hygiene, nothing. And yeah, that's about it. Yeah, that's fine. We could do another pharmacological treatment to drug addiction, but that costs, how much does it cost? It costs 200 each, I believe, 200 per session. And we've also got the behavioural therapy, which is a very, very good thing to do. As you can see, 14 in the queue, so a lot of people would like to take that, but quite honestly, it takes so long to do and so expensive that it will put us on negative, so we just can't do it. It just can't be done. So over to valuation once more, we can see we're now worth 260,000. I'm going to sell some shares, which gives us 25 grand, which I would hope is enough to really, it's enough to finish this place off, I think. Let's just double check. So it's going to be white tiles in the laundry, white tiles in the morgue, and so forth, like so, and then we'll have a nice wooden floor in there, and then in the common room, and here we'll have a wooden floor, and then because we don't know what this is going to be, we'll make it some tile like that. Even if this does become expansion, I could either knock the thing down, which is almost certainly what I'll do, or I could just have it open like this. Oh, sorry, not open. I could have it so it's still a room and open up the back end, is what I was trying to say. So we go straight through and then we'll have this as a security checkpoint, which is more likely what I'll do if we do go that way. So just checking around here, it looks like this is all built in. That's fine. Yes, all the flooring's in. That's good. That's in here. We've got the walkways there. All of this is placed out. All of the floor in here is done. Yeah. Looks about right. Looks about right. Okay, just check utilities here. Go to connecting wires. I just want to see. Cameras are all connected. The door servos are all connected. Yes, all the door servos are connected. We probably need to have another door servo here, which is what people have suggested, which I agree. I think having a door servo there would be a decent thing. We probably don't want to have this closed as standard. I think opening it like we have done is probably the way to go. But having a door servo on there, I think, is worth it. And that should be powered up automatically because of the thing that goes through. So that's fine. I think that's about it apart from the outside. So let's just finish that off. So we'll go to fencing. Oh, say finish it off, I'll start the thing. So we'll have a fence that goes from... actually, we'll check first. We'll go for the road gate, which, as you can see, needs to go there. And then we'll put it up here. Now, the thing about the road gate is if you put it close to the edge, things just go through it, which is a bit weird, but hey-ho. And we'll run all this down this side. As you can see, this is our fencing. And then obviously we'll put some we'll put some door servos on here. So we'll put a door servo there, and then we'll go up the top and put a door servo there. And then I'll assign a guard probably near there as well. Again, the problem with having door servo is, well, if it breaks, then yeah, it opens the doors wide open. So it's always really a risk whether you do this or not. I am a fan of that because my general rule is that if there's a point where they've broken in and broke the door control system and they're around here, then it's game over. I mean, it's a failure state already right there. I mean, they're just going to break out. But also, you can call in your... there you go, look, see, it goes straight through. Bit of a glitch. Just one of the quirks of the game, really. The truck just goes straight through. Yeah, so also you can call in like SWAT and other things. Is it called SWAT? I don't think it's called SWAT. It's called riot police. That's it. You call in the riot police and they'll come along. Let me just open that there. They'll come along from this area anyway. And they'll be right outside waiting. So it's not too much of a problem. Right, electrical cable. Obviously, we do need to power this up, so we'll run some electrical cable along like so, and the same down the bottom here. But we'll just connect it like so. Just connect it directly to the grid, and that shouldn't blow. No, it shouldn't blow the grid up by the look of it. And once we've done this, we should be able to set that as staff only. Yeah, there you go. So we've got this entire outside bit set as staff only, which is useful. That door servo is working now because it's connected up, and that one is not because it's taking the sweet time to do it. So we'll prioritize that. Obviously, we've got like some other stuff to place elsewhere anywhere. There's a full shakedown. We didn't find anything of note, I believe. Let's have a quick look at our last 24 hours, and you can see we've got a lot of stuff found that's been brought in, lighters, things like that. Although, as you can see, there's a very, very decent supply of luxuries and narcotics, so we didn't find these. That's because there's so much stuff in this prison for the amount of guards we have. It takes so long to do. But anyway, in terms of gangs, we've got several gang members. We've got 8 red, 5 green, 3 blue, but no leaders, so no real riot stuff that we have seen. In terms of the edging around here, oh, hang on, there's a little bit that I forgot. I'm sure there'll be little sections that I forgot when it comes to the walkways. I do apologise. It's just, I've got one pass to do this, but, you have several watchings worth, and also many people watching to correct the errors in this. Which is why I always try to take as much feedback as I can from that. But anyway, I'm sure there'll be little bits left out like there always is. Anyway, what was I going to say? Yeah, this bit here around the outside, I was going to put the grass in here, but it doesn't really fit the design of this thing. I mean, this is not supposed to be it's supposed to be a high-risk prison. So it might not look fantastic, but grass does look nice on this place. The problem is that you still can't place stuff underneath the fencing. So the fence is always going to be this dirt-looking colour. Yeah, it is dirt, actually. So you can see you can't place it over. So I'm not going to do it because otherwise it'll look really, really stupid. So having it like this makes it look a little bit more natural to what it should be. But as far as I can tell, that is the facility done. I think so. I think it's about right. So overall, let's have a quick rundown of the facility. Let's start by powering that up, but for some reason isn't powered up because apparently that isn't a thing. Yeah, let's just run through the facility. So firstly, we made a decision early on, right at the beginning, to not make a symmetrical prison from the center point along and up. We decided not to do that. That's something I normally do. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to work it so it's going to be from the bottom and then up. Also decided that the thing we wanted to do was have these guard towers. So we have a big stretch of guard towers along the centre, and then either side they would look left and right on each row of the cell blocks. So if anything kicks off, they've got direct line of sight. This is a direct evolution from the last prison that was made several months ago, where it was similar idea but just not as good when it comes to the execution. But obviously because of this, we weren't going to get a massive amount of cells in because of the amount of gap we have to put between the different areas. We could have shortened it up, and if I did this again, I would probably shrink this down so it would just be direct connections. I always like to leave these little gaps like this because the plan was to put some grass in, but now that I think about it, it looks okay. And the grass would probably look better in some cases, worse in others. But in reality, if we just made it one bigger, we'd have probably be able to get a lot more stuff in here. Obviously, it would be one size to the left and right. If we shrunk it all down, you'd be on 1 or 2, 4, 6, 8 or 10 spaces saved, because obviously you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 spaces. Yeah, so you'd have an 8 you could place in terms of size. So you could have that. You could have that extra fit in with the addition of walkways, so it might actually be 6, but you could get another row of something in here. In fact, we could have this, and then have this as we could have all of this as it is now, as it's shown, but then get rid of the showers, add 2 more cells, and then have a block of showers on either side. So you'd have another 4, 8, 12, 24 prisoners. So yeah, probably do it that way. Looking at the design of the canteen, it works perfectly well. In fact, I'm very surprised just how effective these toilets are. I mean, when I say effective, I don't mean I'm very surprised people are using them and not crapping on the floor. What I mean is that they're actually utilising their facilities a lot. They're using them all the time. Oh, hang on, there's another death. Why has there been another death? It's in here. Is it been a snitch or something? I'm trying to move a prisoner. You, go in there and find out what happened. It is Gareth Harris, a snitch. Well... So yeah, what else do we need to do? I want to actually hire a lawyer. There we go, there's 1 unit of lawyer, but we can't. For legal prep, 50 grand. No, thank you. Anyway, so yeah, we got the canteen and kitchen all in. I'd like this design. Obviously reception straight in, and then you go straight down into the kitchen. I would probably have the entrance there rather than there. But that's a really minor thing. I mean, this is the perfect size for the facility we have. Canteen is, again, perfect size for the amount of prisoners we have. A little bit oversized in places, but rather that than the other way. I really like this design of the canteen going along. What I always wanted to do was put a bin on this corner. I just never went ahead and did it, so I'm just gonna put that in because completion and all of that. I was gonna put something in the center, but I like the way they can come in and you see them flow out. You see them go to the left and the right, whether they're going to go in the toilets or use the phone booths, so that works out quite well. Obviously all the staff stuff on the left, that was a couple of things we had to redesign, but it worked out quite well in the end. The design of these cell blocks, very happy with them, no problem whatsoever. They are fine. Obviously the showers fit in quite well, even though there was a bit of a retrofit, but they are the perfect size for what we have here. And then up the top we've got all of the extra bits. I would probably not put in the library. That was all something we said we're probably going to remove. And if I was going to alter it, I would definitely remove that thing, because you're just not going to have it. There's the amount of people that we have in the facility that have passed the foundation education program is equal to 0, so nobody can work there. And generally the ones that pass that are the ones that get paroled early or leave anyway, because it's not really like massive crime stuff. So that's just a thing. The rest of it pretty much done. Obviously solitary has always been a bit of an issue that we don't have it, because, well, generally you generally think that you should have it. We just didn't bother, but that has worked out fine for us. The punishment rating, as far as I can see, reform is low, but the punishment is generally was quite high. It was higher than that. The reason it's lower is because of what we've changed when it comes to our our regime here, because we haven't got work in here as well. That accounts for that. So yeah, it's okay, it's worked out quite well. And finally, these boilers, I think putting them in the centre was definitely the right way to go. I know there was a lot of times where I was really not sure where to put them, but it's worked out quite well because it's been a lot more efficient than putting them at either sides. We've half the number of water boilers we have, which means we've half the electrical supply, which means we don't have to blow the grid up every time we turn the heating on. So that's fine. Overall, I'm very happy. I think it's one of the best facilities I've made. Don't know if that is the case, Don't know if that's factual, but it feels like it. I think it looks nice. It's different from certainly anything else I've built, and it's very secure. I'm very happy with it. Very, very happy with it indeed. Anyway, that is the end of this facility as it stands. The next couple of episodes, we'll do a 3D tour, we'll do a violence one where we make a kick-off and just put it to extreme fighting and see how it goes. We'll do an escape, and then I want to know whether you want to expand up. If we expand, it will only be to the top because I really can't be bothered redesigning the corners. It'll be up and we'll have a throughway through here. And then it'll be workshop, probably another cell block either side, but no more than that. And then we'll probably do a death row. And yeah, that would be it. That's if we do expand. I am personally not really too bothered about it, whether we go there or not. I like the facility as it is. I don't think expanding it any further will add more, other than just time to this. Obviously, it would be nice to have death row and things like that, and workshops. But in reality, this is a fully self-contained unit now. This is working perfectly fine as it is. Anything else would just be feature creep for this facility. So I'm not bothered either way. Let me know in the comments. I know it's been so far a mixed bag, and we'll see whether we expand it. If we don't, then yeah, it's been a good one. If we do, then well, we'll see how it goes. As always, hope you have enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.